Let's all look inside his room. It's Shit in John Wayne's Room.
Hey, welcome to Shit in John Wayne's Room. The Guitar Chronicles continue on. As you know, I've been going through my room office studio here and taking certain things that have significant meaning to me, and I talk about them because, you know, I do these videos in the back of my room. There's tons of stuff in here, and people are like, what's that? What's that? Now, I'm here in this segment to tell you all about those things. And I've decided to start off with my guitars and tell you all about those. Today, we're going to be talking about my American-made Gibson Melody Maker from the year 2010. Look at that beauty. This is in classic satin white finish. It's got that matte feel to it. It's a little semi-gloss, I would say. But look at that beautiful guitar. So this model of the Melody Maker, this guitar has been around for a while, but this particular run was done between 2006 and 2013. And as I said before, mine is from the year 2010. Why? It's actually imprinted on the stock right there with the serial number. So, made in the USA. Gibson, again, we talked about Gibson last time, a couple episodes ago, about my Les Paul. This is sometimes referred to as a Gibson Les Paul Melody Maker. I only found that a couple of places that refer to it, but they were like legit guitar sites, so maybe that's what they call it. I've never heard that before. I've only heard this called a Melody Maker. So, the thing with this guitar, this is a great guitar for like punk rock band, and I don't hardly ever play this guitar, especially not live, and I'll tell you why. So, great tone on this, but it's a very high-end tone. It's a very screaming, biting tone. Now, as I said, for John Wayne is Dead, it's just Chris Jett and myself, and I need a lot of low end that I get from not only the way I dial in my settings, but from the Electromatics, you know, with the deep thing, their black top Tron pickups. It just gives me that low end that I need. This, it does not. We've got one single coil Alnico pickup right there. This is one tone knob and one single volume knob. I like this kind of a setup. Now, I had a similar setup to this in my Charvel that I had. I used to have a beauty of a fucking Charvel from the custom shop in San Dimas. The one guitar I regret trading away, but that's something that will come in a future segment. We'll talk all about that. Now, one problem I used to have with this guitar when I very first got it was strings breaking. Now, we've talked about my passionate playing, all my string breaking attacks, but that was not the case when I got this. I was beyond that point of my guitar playing. This actually didn't have anything to do with me. What was wrong was the strings kept breaking right here at the bridge, just snapping right there, anytime I would try to play it. So I was like, what the hell? Am I doing something wrong? Did I fuck this up? Is this guitar like, what's the deal? So I talked to my good friend Greg, who used to play in a band called Hacksaw Man. Excellent band. He is an amazing guitar player, and he's got a bunch of guitars. He does work on guitars. And so I hit him up and I said, hey, here's the issue with this. What's the deal? He said, bring it over. Let me take a look. So I dropped it off at Greg's house for a couple of days. He called me back. He said, I think I fixed the problem. Come on back. This is what it was. He went ahead and he filed down like in the holes, like maybe there was something in the holes in the bridge, like a little burr or something that was causing these things to just snap right there when you put pressure on them, which was play. And he did that, but then he also did this really cool thing that I don't do anymore. But he found like wire insulation, right? Just clear tubing wire insulation, and he snipped 6 little pieces off. And he actually put them on the anchor of the string that holds it in to give it like further like protection or keep it from breaking. And I'll tell you what, I have not broken a string on this guitar since he fixed it like this. Certainly not like this problem at the bridge. Not at all. So he did a great job, and that was the issue. Now, I don't know if that's an issue with these guitars in general, or maybe this just happens on some guitars. If you've ever played a Gibson Melody Maker and you want to tell me about it, hey, please go down in the comments. Tell me about your experience with this guitar. Did you break strings at the bridge all the time? What kind of tone did you get out of it? What kind of bend are you in when you're playing this guitar? Let me know. I want to know down in the comments. So, I also like to tell you guys how I came about getting these guitars, how they came about into my possession. This one, what a good story. Chris Jett and I are on tour, probably 2013-ish, around there, maybe, I want to say. And we're on this tour, and maybe like the third stop is Denton, Texas. Now, Denton is one of my favorite places to play. If you're unfamiliar, the University of North Texas is in Denton. It's basically just a college town, but that is an arts and music college. So there's a lot of arts going on. There's a lot of music that happens in that town. It's fucking vibrant, very full of talent. So there's great places to play there, and we were playing at one of the places that very evening. And Chris and I got there early, and in Denton, it's kind of like a throwback town, like maybe a little old schoolish, whatever, because it's got a town square, like an old school town square with great, like, you know, record shop, bars. You know, it's changed a lot over the years, different type of places. One of my all-time favorite places to play in Denton is J&J's Pizza. I'm not sure if it's even there. I'll have to check. But you play in the basement, dirty basement, punk rock shows. You get paid. You have to run the door for yourself, but the bar gives you all the Schlitz you could drink and one free large pizza. Can't beat it, as far as I am concerned. Now, next to J&J's on the square was a pawn shop. The majority of the things in this pawn shop are musical instruments because, like I said, the town, this is a music town. A lot of musicians are there going to the college, they live there, or they're passing through on tour, such as we are, because they get a lot of live music through Denton. And, you know, people trade in guitars, trade in things. Sometimes you have to pawn something when you're on the road because you need money, all those things, whatever happened. But we had some time to kill, and Chris and I went into the pawn shop. And sitting just in the middle, like on this kind of upraised platform, is this guitar just on a stand, sitting there by itself, nothing else around it, just on this stand there. And I'm like, whoa, that's fucking rad, huh? And Chris is like, that is cool. Price tag dangling from the neck here says $400. I'm like, $400 for that? And I'm like looking at it, I'm like, this is American made. This is, you know, why is this only $400? And I was like, man, I might have to buy this. And Chris said, are you going to buy it? And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to buy it. Now, back then I had a day job, so I had disposable income that I could actually spend on things like $400 guitars, but not so much anymore. We'll get there though, don't worry, with your help. Anyway, so I plunked $400 down, just walked out with it. It even confused the people working there because we were hardly in there for like 3 minutes before I just picked this up and said, I'll take this. And they were like, oh, okay, money. And I was like, here, that 400 even, is that good if I could cash? Yeah, okay, here you go, boom, gone. We ran out of we ran out of that store like little kids. Like I'm holding it like this, and Chris is like, I can't believe he's bought a new guitar. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, that's awesome. And I was like, I know, we're awesome. And so had this guitar. I didn't really fuck with it for the rest of the date because, like I said, I was having issues with the strings. I couldn't dial it in correctly. Like I said, great guitar, great tone, but just a little bit too much high end for me in particular in John Wayne is Dead. I've used this guitar to record some things here at the home studio and over at Chris's house at the studio there. So it's been used for those things. Otherwise, I just kind of like having it around. All right, there you go. This edition of Shit in John Wayne's Room, the Guitar Chronicles. That was my Gibson 2010 American-made Melody Maker single coil pickup. Love that combination. Love it. So, again, if you've ever played a Melody Maker, hey, let me know in the comments, what was your experience with this guitar? Did you like it? What did you make it sound like? All that kind of stuff. Otherwise, I thank you guys for joining me for another edition. We'll be back next week. Until then, please go ahead and like and subscribe on the channel. Helps us out a lot. And you can also follow me at John Wayne is Dead on all of your social media platforms. Bye!